everybody, we are here at PetWants in Lexington, Kentucky. This is Melissa, the owner. So we're just going to ask her some questions today about why she got into a business, how she got into it, and stuff like that. So let's just start out with the big one. Why did you want to own your own business?
I was a bar manager at a Mellow Mushroom here in Lexington. I have a psychology degree from UK, and I just decided I have to be out on my own and be my own boss. And so I started looking around and found PetWants and never looked back.
Now, is PetWants a local thing? Is it a national chain?
So now PetWants is actually national. When I started it, my best friend from high school and her wife started PetWants in Cincinnati in 2010. I started mine in 2014, so I was the second store. But we are all getting our food from Ohio Pet Foods, so nobody can call Ohio Pet Foods and order whatever they want. You have to specifically be a part of PetWants to get PetWants food. So I was by myself for a while. A couple years after owning the store, it did turn into having more throughout the United States.
So what was it about the PetWants brand and pet food and a pet store that made you want to go that route versus like a clothing store or something?
Yeah. I actually have quite a few friends that own local businesses, a couple of which that own boutiques, so I'm familiar with that market. The pet food in general, and especially PetWants, is definitely something that I can care about and that I know works for people. And nowadays, pets are part of people's families. You know, they're their kids. Instead of having human kids, they have dogs and cats. So I just love being able to keep everybody happy and healthy. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't have any kids, but I have 4 animals,
There you
so
go.
I understand.
Yeah, those are your kids.
So one aspect of the PetWants business that I've always thought made it very unique is the delivery aspect, the ability that you all have to go out to people's homes while they're at work with the kids or whatever and leave the food for them.
Right.
Is that something that you feel gets people in here, or do you feel like most of your business is still through the front door brick and mortar style business?
Actually, right now, deliveries are probably about 35% of my monthly gross sales. So it's definitely a huge part. Like you said, people have daily lives and sometimes can't make it down to the store when we're open 10 to 6. You know, they get off work at 5. And they're sitting in traffic and they might not be able to make it to the store. We are open 7 days a week, but having that free delivery aspect just helps everybody out because I know what I need to order monthly, and they know that they're gonna not run out of pet food monthly.
Right. Do you feel like with apps coming up like Grubhub and stuff like that, that the delivery aspect is going to keep going and going and going?
Yeah, I mean, delivery is big right now, period, because everybody wants things quick and easily, and so I think people are seeing and catching on to those things. So there's always going to be competition, and your competition is going to see what's working for you and what's not. But we have other aspects that are specific to our brand. So you know, it is what it is. But offering delivery is a great bonus that we'll never take away.
Yeah. One aspect there that I was talking about was the brick and mortar store. You have a very awesome location here right in Chevy Chase. Was this a location you picked out? Did it just happen to open up? What made you come to this building?
Yeah, so I was looking in a couple different places here in Lexington, one of which was Chevy Chase area, and then the Woodland area, which is pretty close to us as well, Woodland Triangle. And so this building, actually, one of my customers, when I was bartending, came up and said, "Hey, I just saw there was an opening in Chevy Chase." So I came down here after work, wrote down the number, called, and the next day had already I had rented it out. So I knew I needed to be in this area, high traffic, high walking area for everybody. You'll see 10 to 20 dogs, you know, a day of people walking around here, and most of the businesses are animal friendly as well. So especially in the summertime, everybody's out walking their animal, so it's a fun place to be.
Yeah. Now, we all know that running your own business is not easy, I guess I would say,
yeah.
Or there's days it's not fun or whatever.
Yeah.
What was your biggest challenge getting started, getting off the ground?
Probably Probably just knowing everything to look at and touch, whether it be taxes or signing up for wholesale accounts. You know, I mean, you literally are in charge of everything, and you don't think about that until you're already in it. And so just trying to keep a handle on all the things that you need to do to start the business and keep it going day to day.
What was one thing you learned that you look back and say, if there was one thing I wish somebody had told me about running a business day to day or starting a business or whatever, what would that be?
Truthfully, the hardest thing for me is the accounting aspect of business. I am not good with numbers at all. So I would say hire an accountant, but also I would say find out what your strengths are, and if you're not meeting goals on certain things, then find somebody that can. So for instance, hire an accountant to do your taxes and or do your books. You know, hire somebody that knows what they're doing on certain aspects, and you take your positives and go forward with your positives.
Right. Okay. So with the delivery, is that basically like driving a normal car? Is there like, have you had any accidents? Have you had flat tires, you know, batteries? Is it just like driving a normal car? Is there other things you have to worry about in that?
Yeah, I mean, I have to have a business insurance, auto insurance for the car, because I have different employees who drive it. So whether it's myself, my husband who helps me out on the weekends, or an employee, I mean, obviously those people have to be covered. There definitely has been times where we've hit curbs. Employees have hit curbs, busted tires. I mean, it happens. You know, with automobiles, you never know what could happen. So we have a Honda Fit at the moment. It does great in the snow. It does great on gas mileage. So you just have to kind of keep things slow and steady. No speeding. We got to go the speed limit. No texting while driving. All that fun stuff. But you know, just keeping it slow and steady and getting everybody their food.
So you mentioned you had a Honda Fit, but you also mentioned that you just are in the process of upgrading to a new vehicle.
Yeah.
What was it? The increased demand for customers? What brought that move about?
Yeah, I mean, so we have a Honda Fit, but we have upgraded. We've just purchased a Ford Transit, and truthfully, the Honda Fit looks small, but you can fit quite a bit in there. But truthfully, on certain delivery days, we got to the point where we were maxing out the space we had left in the Fit, and so the Transit's just going to give us some more room to put more deliveries in to get them out.
Always a good thing when you run out of room in your delivery vehicle. I mean,
Definitely,
you're doing good.
definitely, yeah.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. Make sure you stop in the store or
go to PetWantsLex.com. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
All right. Thanks everybody.